All right, Skope TV, July 4th, weekend, 2011. Happy July 4th to all the American listeners out there, and a big what up to all our global listeners out there. You can still enjoy even if you're not celebrating. I got my man on the come up right now on the line here, my man Mr. Envi at Louisiana. Mr. Envi, what's happening, brother?
What's good, Will?
How's everything going with you today?
Oh, man, just inside trying to keep cool, real hot down on this end.
Now, Envi, where are we talking from today, and what does the 4th of July mean to you as an American?
Oh, man, perfect holiday. Get out there and barbecue a little bit, pop some fireworks with the youngins. It's all about memories to me.
That's right. Now, where are you again? Let the people know. Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm in Bossier City, Louisiana, right next to Shreveport, kind of northwestern Louisiana.
Beautiful. Now, Envi, when did you start taking hip-hop seriously and take on the alias Mr. Envi?
That's a funny story. I've been rapping since high school, but by the time I got stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana, currently in the Army, I'm in the Air Force now, but when I was in the Army, after that, I met up with a bunch of guys that were showing me a little bit something more than what I knew, and after that, I was just really, really on the grind. I got out the Army and just kept at it.
Now, who were maybe one or two MCs that you listened to that inspired you to want to take up rhyming?
Well, me, I come up during that 90s era, so, you had a broad range of artists. You had artists like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, little East Coast, I'm in Method Man, Redman, but mainly like Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. I really follow those guys a lot.
Cool. Now, not only are you an MC, but you're also the CEO of Southern, how you say it, Southern Stizzles record?
No, it's actually Southern Styles. I had to kind of change up the wording due to trademark and copyright.
Oh, okay, so Southern Styles Records. Now, most importantly, are you looking to sign new artists? And what advantage does owning your own label offer you as an MC?
Well, actually, being that I own my own label, I really like being independent because, the more I've learned about this business throughout the years, it's just easy to have your own setup because if nothing really goes right, you can't blame nobody else but yourself, and only your own label has that advantage.
Now, are you looking to sign new artists?
Well, so far, currently, I've got two artists on my roster besides myself, but at the moment, not really, because, I just really recently took my label to a higher level. At first, it started off as just word of mouth. We dropped a release last year with one of the artists that we signed, SG. He dropped a deal with Selecto, and we put him out there in June of last year. So right now we're kind of at a standstill. We're still trying to build that name up.
That's cool. I can respect it. I mean, why you want to have a roster of 30 artists if you ain't doing nothing with them?
Exactly.
Hint, hint, major labels. Hint, hint. Now, your single, I'm a Boss, is blowing up. You're getting radio play all over the country, and if you count the internet, you're getting radio play all over the world. Who did the beat on that track, and what inspired you to write that song?
Well, first off, I got to give a shout-out to my man, Mr. T. He's a young, inspiring producer. He's around this area as well, Shreveport, Louisiana. We met up. He saw what I had going on, and he came to me one day and said, hey, man, I do beats. And I'm like, okay, let me hear it. So he gave me about 4 or 5 beats at the time, and I listened to it, and I was like, you know what? I was off into that Rick Ross mode at the moment because it's like Rick Ross is kind of like ringing on the airways right now, and I'm like, you know what? That's kind of how I feel right now. Being that I'm the CEO, I own company, I feel like a boss right now. And then I'm older, I'm not really in the streets, with that young adolescent crowd, so I'm trying to focus more on take ownership and doing my own thing. So there we go with the boss.
And you know what? I really like that you just said that because you know what? There's some hip-hop heads like myself. I'm 32, 33 years old, and I still need to listen to hip-hop that I can relate to. So I really like that you said it like that because I do feel like hip-hop needs to evolve and the youngins can have their artists that they're into, like Soulja Boy or Big Sean, but the older crowd got to have their artists like Mr. Envi. Is that what you're saying?
You know, that's exactly what I'm saying, because, you know, I'm about in that same age group, you know, 32, 33, you know, and again, I came up during that 90 time frame, so a lot of the music I listen to, not to take nothing away from the younger crowd, because there is some good music out there, but, you know, I'm more on the old school. That's the reason why, you know, I still listen to artists like Red and Meth. I keep mentioning them, because those guys, man, they really inspire me.
Where's your voice? You keep going in and out. I want to hear you clear.
Sorry about that.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I keep mentioning Method Man and Redman, because these guys are really inspiring me. You know, they're in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're still at it. So that keeps me going, you know what I mean?
Hip-hop needs to evolve. That's a beautiful thing. Now, your album, Rider's Redemption, is real nice. I was listening to it today. Where can readers grab that, and do you focus more on digital or retail sales? And before you answer, I just want to show everybody the cover. And that's on my brand new Cruise tablet. Okay, and I'm showing everybody the cover of that. Looking real nice. So where can they cop that? And as the CEO of the label, are you really focused on retail, or are you more about the digital sales now?
Actually, you know, being that we're moving into the digital era, I'm kind of focused on a little bit of both, because there are still a lot of people out there in the world, individuals that still like that physical feel. They like to go in the record stores and purchase an album. It's that sentimental value, you know. But right about now, the album is actually available on iTunes and Amazon, eMusic, and a few other online retailers. August 23rd is when we're looking to drop the physical copy. So for all those individuals out there that still like purchasing the physical copies and looking at the packaging and seeing who did what, it'll be available hopefully mom and retail store near you.
Now, Envi, how does a man have to carry himself to be considered a boss in your definition?
Well, that's a good one. To me, you know, all aspects you have to be on point with everything that you do. I mean, as far as how you carry yourself, your dress and appearance, the way you manage and maintain yourself as far as finances, and just overall, I mean, you have to be fluent in what you do. You know, anybody can be a boss, you know, if you really put your mind to it, but, you know, you have to do certain things that kind of stand out to make it, you know, to make it seem like, or to give off that boss appearance, so to speak.
That's dope. Now, you are gearing up for the Summer of Some tour, which is going to be unbelievable.
Right,
what will your set list be like, and how do you get pumped up to hit the stage? Little Henny, little Chronic, little Red Bull, what it is?
Well, you know what, I'm in the rock stars, you know what I'm saying, because when you hit that stage, you got to feel like a rock star, so I hit me a couple of rock stars, so I hit the stage, you know, we sit down and kind of get into a little cipher and get the chant and whatnot, and just kind of get pumped up, you know. And I get energized off the crowd. If the crowd is in it, I'm 110. You know what I mean?
And now, how do you handle the groupies? I mean, you don't be having sex with every girl that come over to you, right?
Oh no, man. I'm a little too old for that. Not to say that it doesn't happen, but you know, right now that's not even a part of my focus right now.
Good.
I mean, I'm more or less just trying to establish my brand and get the name out.
Great. Stay focused, that's for sure. Now, just this week, The Game was shooting a music video in Los Angeles, and the director got robbed at gunpoint. How do you keep yourself safe, I guess, and away from the violence that comes so often with the hip hop game?
Well, I mean, these days are really, really trying. You know, it's kind of hard to do so. I mean, you just try to watch your surroundings and be aware of what's going on. I mean, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. It's no matter how much security you have, if somebody really wants it, they're going to take it, regardless of how much security you have or who you have around you.
Because don't you feel like as an artist, like if you get on a track and be like, I do this, I do that, there's always going to be another brother who wants to, you know, test you and see if you're really about your lyrics.
That's true, and that's why a lot of times when I write music, I try to write music from things that I've actually experienced or I've seen. I try not to get so off into I'm the biggest this, I'm that, and if you run up on me, I'm gonna handle you. I really don't. I try to get away from that. I try to, it's more or less like I consider myself a street reporter. If I see it in the streets, that's what I talk about.
That's dope. Now, let's go to one of my favorite questions of the night. The kids, I love the kids. I love the kids in the inner city, the kids out in the suburbs. I think they need more direction. I think these are hard times, but I think we really need to look out for the kids because that's the future. And the kids look up to MCs like you and they try to emulate you guys. And they try to emulate what they hear in your music. Does that influence you when you write a song in regards to what you're going to talk about or maybe how real you're going to make it?
You know what, actually it does because, when I was younger, every other word that came out of my mouth used to be MF this and all that. Nowadays, when I try to write, I try to keep my vocabulary in check, you know what I mean? I try not to say that I don't, but I try not to because I want kids to be better than me. Don't try to be like me or imitate me, be better than me. And that's why I took on this boss persona because more or less, the way the economy is going, my message out to the youngins is to work hard at being your own boss. You know what I mean? Strive to do good and maintain yourself.
And they need it too. God bless the kids. God bless the kids. But now we got the last question of the night, and we got to go out with a bang. It's July 4th weekend. Let's set off some fireworks with this one, Envi. Okay. What's coming up for Mr. Envi, and where can I follow you online? Oh, should I just Google you? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Facebook? Are you hanging with Mark Zuckerberg? What's up with you?
Well, right about now, you pretty much hit the top three. You can Google me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. If it's, MySpace is really starting to go away, but I'm still there. You can check out my website, www.southernstarrecords.com. I'm on Reverb Nation. Now, I'm actually all over the net. If you Google me, you will find a lot of things right now.
A big shout out to Reverb Nation. Big shout out to Reverb Nation. They stay doing it right. They are what MySpace could have been. Big shout out to Reverb Nation. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Skope supports them 100%. That's for real. So, Envi, we got to wish you a happy 4th of July. We thank you so much for taking the time. Skope TV listeners out there, we just gave you 13 minutes of that raw, uncut. Take it, enjoy it, eat it up. Everybody have a good weekend. Skope TV, we're going to see you soon.